I think Lou Anarumo is having a hell of a time as the defensive coordinator of the Colts. The Colts, through 3 games, have really been pretty damn good and a hell of a lot better than they were the previous 3 years when this thing was being coordinated by Gus Bradley. No shade to Gus Bradley, but this is better. This is a better defense, whether that's personnel, whether that's coordination, whether it's both. That's a different conversation. But one of the things that did not go well for the Colts defense on Sunday in Nashville was Kenny Moore getting hurt. So you got to find somebody who can come in and kind of, while Kenny deals with that hurt calf, can come in and do what Kenny does or be an approximation of what Kenny does. So the Colts went out and signed Mike Hilton, who played that same position for Lou Anarumo when Anarumo was in Cincinnati. First question, first answer about Mike Hilton and what he might be able to do as the slot corner for the Colts.
Get them ready, but some of these vets, most of the vets, they've been in. Hey, this you used to call it blue, now call it white. There's similar techniques that they can help integrate, and hopefully nobody has to play 50, 60 plays. We're talking maybe a smaller amount. So hope that can help us for sure.
One other thing on Hilton, we always try to compare players. Isn't his skill set sort of like Kenny Moore? Aren't they sort of built the same way as a nickel?
Yeah, same but different. I mean, I think each of them bring a little something different to their game. They're both very, very good players, played at a high level at the slot position for a long time. A lot of similarities to them, but again, individually, they bring something unique to the group.
Thanks, Lou.
Lou, what's your evaluation of the pass rush so far?
He just had 4 sacks in a game, really affected the quarterback, and so happy with where those guys are out. Continue to get better as the season goes along. We're facing a little bit of a tough challenge this week. He's only been sacked 4 times, I believe, and gets the ball out faster than any quarterback in the league right now. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be more getting him off his spot, and certainly, hopefully, will come free. But they do. Sean and does a great job there overall as an offense. But Matthew gets the ball out quicker than most.
And go ahead.
Hey, Lou, what is it about Mooney Ward that makes it seem like when he's right and when he's healthy, that defense really hums?
Well, I mean, you're talking about, one of the better corners in the league. He's got every trait you want as a premier corner. He's got great length. He can run. He can catch. He's got great ball skills. He's tough. He's smart. And so, he's a high level player. And when you have a high level player on your group, when he's out there playing, he really affects the game. And, obviously one of our goals last week was to limit Ridley's catches, and, he had 1 for 27. So, we want to keep that theme going.
JJ.
Lou, what is the challenge with Stafford where you've got a guy who's been in the league for 16 years and he's seen every variation of every single coverage in, going into this game?
Yeah, I have the utmost respect for him. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks we've had in this generation of quarterbacks. He's got an unbelievable arm talent. As you mentioned, he's seen most things that you can throw at him. He manipulates the underneath coverage with little shoulder movements, or, I'm still scarred, will always be scarred for the no-look pass he threw against us in the Super Bowl. Was a huge play at the end of the game. He's just a guy that is as good as anybody that's ever done it, and is certainly hard to fool. Matthew Stafford in my book is a great, great player.
We have time for a few more here, James.
To piggyback off of that with Matthew Stafford, from Sean McVay as well, what challenges does he present when just that tandem together has had so much success in LA?
Yeah. We've played him a bunch over the years, played him in 19, played him in the Super Bowl, obviously, practiced against them after the Super Bowl, and then played them again in 23. Sean, again, done a great job, obviously, over the course of his career and what he does with the offense. And they just marry everything up. The run game matches the play actions, the boots, the keepers that they call. Everything looks the same. They do a tremendous job in the run game, in particular, not only with the O-line blocking, but blocking on the perimeter. It's all, well, fits so well with everything matching up, and I have the utmost respect for Sean, obviously.
Kevin, go ahead.
Lou, I know it's only been 3 games with Kenny, but not having him, what will that loss mean given everything he does?
Yeah, I mean, again, one of the pillars of the defense, veteran guy that's been around here forever and has played the slot position, as good as anybody in the league. So, you're obviously going to take a hit when you lose a guy like that. But that's the NFL. Everybody deals with injuries along the way, and it's a little bit of a cliche. It's the next man up mentality, but that's just what it has to be. And again, I have the utmost faith in our coaches to get the guys ready, and the guys that are going to step up and do a good job for us on Sunday.
And then Jake will be our last question.
You guys can obviously only dress so many defensive linemen on Sundays, but what are you looking for from JT to kind of crack the lineup a little more consistently and get a little more snaps?
Yeah, I think it goes each week is a little bit different in terms of what we think we need and what the offense is going to present, whether we're heavy at tackle or heavy at end. So it's certainly not a knock on JT at all. As I mentioned a few times already, we've got a great group of veteran players at his position. He's doing a fine job. Charlie Partridge, Matt Raich are doing a great job with that whole group. But I'm not worried about JT one bit. His time will come.
There's Lou Anarumo. Lou Anarumo has not changed. His behavior with the media has been the same in every media availability. It's serious, it's tactical, it's exactly what you expect week to week, and he really hasn't changed much, and neither is the defense of the Indianapolis Colts or kind of his desire to see things done at a certain level, which is inviolate with Anarumo and the defense of the Colts. And that's why the Colts are better, because they're where they're supposed to be and they're doing what they're supposed to do. And that's how you get a defense to stop an offense, isn't it? Anarumo's doing a nice job. Good to hear from Anarumo today. And I wanted to ask about Mooney Ward, because that guy, when he's on the field, that defense is one thing. When he's not on the field, it's another. And Anarumo kind of alluded to that without being specific about it, didn't he?